This function here, known as a square root function, it's a type of a radical function. The simplest square root function that we could possibly think of would be y is equal to, well, we'd say the square root of just x. And so that right there is the parent square root function. If you're not sure what it's going to look like, some of you may remember from last year in Algebra 2, but if you don't, not a big deal. You can always just make your own x and y table. Start plugging in values for x. Notice how you cannot even plug in any negatives here. It gives you imaginary numbers which you can't graph. But you could plug in 0. The square root of 0 is 0. And then you want to be creative with the numbers you pick here because it's easier to pick perfect roots. And you can work with non-perfect roots. It's just hard to figure out where they would be for y's. But like 1, the square root of 1 is 1. I wouldn't use 2 because I don't know what the square root of 2 exactly equals here. But I'm going to use 4, right, because the square root of 4 is equal to 2. And then I'm going to use 9 because the square root of 9 is going to get me to 3. Could use 16, but my graph only goes to 12. So then when I plot these points, I'm going to get something that hopefully looks kind of familiar to most of you guys here. And we're going to get what is known as a square root function. And again, it doesn't go negative, so it's going to actually start right here. You're not going to use an arrow on this point. You are just going to connect from here, and it kind of curves along there. It does go up forever, just takes a while to get there. So that is our parent square root function graph.